What's going on? You're watching NFL Daily. I'm Mitchell Renz. That's Tom Downey, and we're about to cover the latest NFL news and rumors. And who wants some good news? If you want some good news-ish. I think it's good news.
It's good news-ish.
It's good news. Like the video. Tom, training camp update.
The expectation, this is why I said good news-ish, is that it's going to start. July 28th is the expected plan, but it's not going to start earlier. So that's why I threw in the ish part there. NFL teams don't think that the players are going to report any earlier than previously planned. And what this means is that with camp starting at the planned time from way back, before the whole coronavirus hit in late July, that means there's probably going to be a longer ramp-up period during camp that would result in cutting and eliminating some of the preseason games. So you're probably not going to have a Hall of Fame game and probably not even week 1 or week 2. You might only have 2 preseason games. So good news is it's coming, but it's going to look a little bit different than what we're usually accustomed to as well.
I don't know if you can say that on screen, Tom. It's kind of weird. So I do want to say, though, good job, everyone. We've been staying safe, but let's continue to stay safe this upcoming season. Go to chatsports.com/staysafe, where you can get a 3-pack of NFL face masks for only $24.99. And as you can see, we've got a bunch of different varieties, so you can kind of, switch up your look. But I think this, okay? We got training camp date set, or hopeful date, July 28th. I want to be able to go to preseason games. I want to be able to go to NFL games. Continue to do your part. Chatsports.com/staysafe. So how excited are you about the 2020 NFL season from a scale of 1 to 100? 1 being you don't really care, and 100 being, absolutely.
69.
69.
Always the correct answer. Anytime you give me a scale of 1 to 100, I'm going to have to answer with that to start.
See, I'm going to respectfully...
Because I am not a mature person.
I'm going to respectfully disagree, and it's funny the amount of people that actually have typed it. I mean, it's 100. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. You were at least a little bit worried, and now that we at least have a date, okay?
I just hope it.
We at least now have a little bit of a date. So 1 to 100. Now I'm starting to see a lot of hundreds come in. Somebody said 69.69. Jeremiah, I think he's got you beat. Let's go to Antonio Brown and the latest around him, because the Ravens and Seahawks apparently have been linked to AB. But the report from me and Rapoport is maybe 4 to 5 teams could have interest.
Yeah, that number's kind of been all over the place. I'm old enough to remember after the season ended or at the very end of the season last year that 20 teams have interest in Antonio Brown. Now we're down to 4 or 5. I'll also let you guys in on a secret. Every single free agent in the history of the NFL has had at least 4 to 5 teams interested in him. It's never only like 1 or 2. It's always 4 to 5. Yep. Got to increase your market. The report was that the Ravens and Seahawks have had internal discussions on Antonio Brown, which I think makes some sense. Those are 2 teams that have been previously linked to AB before.
Yeah, they've also had players that have kind of worked out with them. They've had quarterbacks kind of work out with them a little bit, and they do have a need at the wide receiver position. So here's a quote from Ian Rapoport. The issue comes that he is still being investigated by the NFL. Still. So whoever signs him faces a likely suspension. All of that will have to go into consideration for whoever ends up signing Antonio Brown. What's going on? You're watching NFL Daily. We're going to go over the latest news, rumors, and we're talking about Antonio Brown potentially going to the Seattle Seahawks.
It's intriguing to me. There's the report that the Seahawks have had internal discussions. There's another report out of Seattle from Jake Heaps that the discussions about Antonio Brown are serious and ongoing. So they're actually considering it. Not like the internal, well, should we sign him? No, it's maybe we should explore signing him. I will make note, Mitch, that Antonio Brown has worked out with Geno Smith, the backup Seahawks quarterback, and that Russell Wilson has also expressed interest, at least reportedly, in adding some wide receiver help. So I think it makes some sense with the way the Seahawks receiving depth chart is set up. They have 2 really good options in Tyler Lockett. They've got another great option in DK Metcalf. And then it's not great.
But, I think also the way that this offense works is kind of having the ability where Russell's going to scramble around, find some open receivers. I think Tyler Lockett is one of the most underrated wide receivers in the entire league. Then you have a big guy like DK Metcalf, and y'all can hate on AB if you want. I know I do it very often. I think he would fit the Seattle Seahawks offense very well, especially with some reports out there that they're going to let Russell sling it a little bit more.
And
they better is right. They absolutely should. And if you guys are Seahawks fans, if you see the link below me, chatsports.com/SeahawksTV is our Seahawks dedicated only channel. Hit that sub button. So Antonio Brown, great receiver. No doubt about that.
On the field.
On the field. A little bit of drama. Maybe he should get rid of his social media. I'm just saying. So will Antonio Brown play in the league again? If you say yes, he's going to play, I want you to type AB. If you're like, no way, I want you to type FAB for no. So we do have some awesome T-shirts that I want to talk to you all about. Chatsports.com/NFL4th. I love the 4th of July. I'm excited to be able to go home.
Because you're an American.
I am an American. That's 100%
right.
there. And personally, this Seahawks shirt is really, really dope. But we have a lot of different T-shirts. There's hoodies. There's men's, women's, all sorts of shirts that you're going to be able to wear on the 4th of July. And I'm a festive guy. I got my red, white, and blue Speedo. I do. I also have bathing trunks as well. And I'm going to wear red, white, and blue on 4th of July. I'll probably wear it the entire weekend, but I might as well at least rep my team as well. So, and it's 20% off.
Some of them are 20% off. Not everything is fully discounted, but there
Correct.
are some items on sale. Go check out that link in the comments and the description. It's at chatsports.com/NFL4th. Again, that's in the comments and in the description.
Go to the next story here. It's around Jamal Adams because, you can't have an NFL news and rumor show without a little bit of Jamal Adams talk. And right now the top trending tweet when you look up Adams Gase is actually yours, Tom. Go give him a follow at What Going Down. I need to see it.
Yeah, go figure. Adams Gase has alienated another star player. This is my surprised face. Now, I know not everyone likes Manish Mehta who reported this, but it makes sense, doesn't it? Jamal Adams doesn't like his head coach because it's Adams Gase, and everywhere Adams Gase has been as a head coach, namely Miami, things haven't gone well with his best players. Kind of makes sense to me.
I mean, it totally makes sense. And, it could be another reason why Jamal Adams wants out the door. And another point that he made is he doesn't like the way that this team is going. And I kind of agree. A lot of the moves that the Jets have made over the last 2 years, I don't fully agree with. And if I'm a young player who I might be able to get the bag right now, yeah, I'd be a little upset. But I also think this, Tom. If I had a head coach that looked at me like this, I'd be a little bit worried too. So we're going to play a little bit of a game here, okay? We want you to caption this photo. 1 word, 2 words. It can be an entire sentence. If you curse, remember YouTube will block it. So we want you to caption the photo that you see on screen. And honestly, if you want to take a screenshot, put it on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, share it, go for it.
Do you have a caption, Mitch?
I have a porn addiction.
You brought it back. I think that works. I was going to go with when the cocaine hits, but I think that works too.
Oh, my
Your
Lord.
eyes aren't supposed to go that big.
Serial killer face, Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh, boy, there's a lot of interesting things
Also,
in there.
we point out that it's being spelled cereal as in the food in the comments.
All right, Lucky Charms. So if you guys like what we're doing here on Chat Sports, we would appreciate a sub. So we do free NFL daily videos. The link will be in the description. Or if you are a diehard fan, I saw a lot of people were upset that somebody already disliked our photo or disliked the video. Take the link that you see below, youtube.com/chatsportstv, and send it to some people. We do news, rumors, we do live shows, but that's really only just part of what we do. We also do videos around some of the top players. Tom just released this video yesterday, Jamal Adams Destinations. If you missed it, go check it out. It's on our channel. But if you hit that sub button and turn on the noties, you won't miss any of our videos. Let's talk about Cam Newton and his future in the NFL. So I was watching ESPN. I know. I should probably
The failing ESPN, please call.
And I watched it. I was watching Get Up. And Adam Schefter basically goes into detail about the future of Cam. And he basically says that it is unlikely for him to sign with a team until teams can start doing physicals. And even though he does remain the top free agent on the market, you don't know what you're going to get with him. Mm-hmm. But Schefter did said there will be opportunities for him coming up soon.
I think that makes sense. We've seen this, maybe not to the same extreme as like you go back to Sam Bradford when the Vikings were a first-round pick for him, disaster trade in the end. But there will be players who get hurt. There will be teams who are desperate to add a backup quarterback. And on top of that, look, assuming I think it's pretty likely that COVID-19 is still hanging around the NFL teams this year, you're going to want a backup quarterback more than you ever had.
Absolutely.
Because you might need him this year.
Right? I mean, if your starting quarterback goes down and maybe he's out 2 weeks because of COVID,
3 weeks,
you need to be able to turn to somebody. And I mean, Cam Newton, when fully healthy, has been able to prove that, yeah, he's a very reliable backup and a very reliable starter. So I like this a lot. But before I tell you what team was kind of connected to Cam, if you will, I want to know from y'all, where will Cam Newton play in 2020? So throw it in the comments section. If you're watching this live, throw it there. If you watch this a little bit later on today's, I guess, on Tuesday night when this goes out after
Mitch,
live.
It's a Wednesday.
Is it Wednesday?
Yes, it's Wednesday.
Oh, my Lord,
Jesus.
It is Wednesday. So where will Cam Newton play in 2020? So one of the teams that's been linked to Newton was Tim Hasselbeck, and he basically just says this, that it is by far the best fit for Cam, and it's his best opportunity to win a starting job. And I agree with that. I think that he is a lot better than Jarrett Stidham. However, the Patriots do seem kind of committed to Jarrett Stidham.
Or at least they want to see what he has.
Sure.
I think maybe it does come down to the medical, and that's why no team has really shown that much interest in adding Cam Newton at this point. I secretly wanted to see the Patriots add Winston, so Belichick would, in theory, win more games with Winston than the Bucs did with Tom Brady, which is kind of sticking to him. But I think Newton makes sense. I think he'd be a good fit in New England, but he's also an older quarterback. It'd be a one-year deal.
Yep.
If you're trying to find your long-term answer, that's not Cam Newton at this stage in his career. Maybe you give Stidham a chance.
Yeah, maybe you do give Stidham a chance. But my only issue with this is, like, the Patriots have one of the best defenses in the entire National Football League. You do have a lot of uncertainty, I guess, around your playmaking positions. But if I'm a team and I do think that I at least have a chance of winning, maybe going out and finding a player like Cam Newton could be there. So I actually made a video today. It went out a little bit earlier this morning about quarterbacks that could get benched. Jarrett Stidham was on that list, and I said he could get benched for Brian Hoyer, but I also said he could get benched for another quarterback at a free agency like a Cam Newton. Another quarterback that is a free agent, it's Colin Kaepernick, and today Lions owner Sheila Ford Hamp said that she will support the players kneeling because that's what she feels like is the right thing to do, and that she would allow the Lions to go out and sign Colin Kaepernick, but only, and this is obvious, only if Matt Patricia and the GM think that it would actually help the team.
There's some notes here, by the way. Sheila Ford Hamp is the new owner.
Correct.
She takes over for her mom, who's going to step aside now, though she was already pretty heavily involved at this point. Mitch, you and I kind of disagreed on if the Lions are a potential fit for Kaepernick.
I just don't see it. Like, I don't say that I like Chase Daniel, but in terms of what a backup is, I'll take Chase Daniel over a guy like Colin Kaepernick because I think he fits the offense a little bit better. Because the Lions, they might want to try to run the football. I don't know if they have quite the pieces to be able to do it, and I think they do want to air the ball out. At least that's what I saw last year.
That's what they want. And like, here's my mindset is that, sure, I think you make a fair argument. Chase Daniel, the greatest NFL backup quarterback in history, is better than Kaepernick. David Blau?
No,
he sucks.
No,
I'm sorry.
He sucks. I mean, if you're asking me if it's between David Blau or Kaepernick, sure.
Kaepernick.
I'm saying from a Kaepernick side also, though, like, why would I?
That's fair.
Why would I go to the
That's
Detroit
fair.
Lions when I don't think it's the best offensive fit for me? And in terms of being a QB3, like, there's teams that he can go to and at least challenge for the QB2. And, you know, you can call me crazy or not. I don't think he's a starting caliber quarterback.
But what if Detroit's the only team that wants him? Which,
Sure.
so far, no one's wanted him.
If Detroit's the only team, then sure, Cap, go back into the NFL. But we'll ask you this before we kind of wrap up today's NFL News and Rumor Show. Will Colin Kaepernick get a second shot in the NFL? If you're saying yes, I want you to type 2. So David Velma's typing 2. Jason Jaravis is typing 2. King Higgins, Juan Hernandez, they're typing 1 for no. And if you haven't yet, make sure you guys hit that sub button.